Okay, it looks like we are live. And I'm so excited to be chatting with Ebru, who is a genius, by the way. I think she is amazing. And we're gonna start and kick off a new series. What are we calling this, Ebru?
Beautiful, ugly truth. I mean, what better way of explaining the beauty industry and all that's happening behind the doors, right?
Well, and actually, this kind of ties right into your new book. Let's talk about that for a second.
Oh my God. The Empire of Mirrors, Expose Beauty Untold. Yes, there's a lot of ugly truths and beautiful realities there. So it's on Amazon. Thank you for mentioning, by the way. And
Yep.
you know, have you read it yet? I don't.
I have, it's not a, it's not a hefty book, so I think I can just do it in one sitting. So I've been just waiting until I have, but I've flipped through and it looks great. So it is on Amazon. So anyone who's interested in getting in the soft underbelly of beauty, this is your read.
Oh yeah, have fun, go to town, see
Go to
what
town.
pain we've been going through and what we did for you.
Exactly. But we're going to kind of use that as a launch pad to talk about our first topic today, which is Rinnie's sheet masks for kids as young as 3. And that was not I did not misspeak. I didn't mean 13. I meant 3-year-olds, toddlers getting into beauty routines. And I think the question that we need to know is this crazy? Is this too much? I mean, what do you think, Ebru?
Well, here is the picture at the back from their own marketing thing. That is the kid and that is the mask. And they're solving problems that are not invented. And this is capitalist dystopia at its best to me. I
Yeah.
mean, it's marketing moment dressed up in this toddler skincare. I have a 5-year-old. I'm not doing this. Here is why. This is
And
the
you're a skincare founder, like you
yes,
know.
and I'm an immunologist, and I did molecular medicine. I mean, just looking at the ingredients makes my blood boil. And here's the thing: kids' skin are not mini adult skin. They're
Yeah.
completely different. And since this came out, all the dermatologists, everybody has been screaming about this. Well, I don't know if anybody cares, but here's the thing: the skin of the infants and the young children are much, much, much thinner than ours, and it's still developing. What's developing? The skin barrier properties, the water handling, they're completely different, which means they are under a different risk and a higher risk profile for penetration and irritation.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
That does not sound like you are on the side of thinking this is a good idea at all. But
not
let's go deeper into my background is marketing. So I always kind of go, is this a marketing genius positioning or is this crazy? They're saying hydrate, soothe, recover, right? And they're saying created for growing faces. So that's their sort of, I guess, way to rationalize why a youngster might need this. And parents sadly may buy into this because I think what it solves for them is if you're a mom and you're going into Sephora and you're buying products for yourself and your kids are tagging along, they want something too.
yeah,
So in a way, maybe this is a little bit of a, a mom guilt slash spend time together ploy that is really, in my opinion, a marketing gimmick.
it's a
Because
huge
I do not think that this is something that, our children actually need and in fact could be harmful for more than just the ingredients. So what do you think about that?
definitely. So, you're right. I looked at the website also. It says hydrate, soothe, recover. Hydrate what? That's the thing, right? So their
Right.
skin barrier is just flawless. They have high water content. I mean, that's why we all strive for the baby bottom, like soft skin when we're,
Yeah.
right? They don't have oil problems. They don't have oxidative stress.
They don't
And
have hormones.
yeah, they have like 75% water content on their skin compared to us, which is around 60%. So they're literally more hydrated than us. And the ingredients here, when you look at it, there's three different glycols, and you don't layer these adult humectants and solvents on an immature skin or developing skin. And this is not even innovation. So it's like K Beauty tried this. And I think somebody here thought, oh, K Beauty did it. We can do it. Them doing it doesn't mean that it's right, right? So
Exactly.
even, and here's the scary part. That's the scientific part. But there's also a psychological, mental part of this. You are normalizing the idea that even a healthy, young toddler skin needs intervention. Healthy.
Right.
I'm going to underline the healthy young skin, because if it's not healthy, it has problems. Of course, there's going to be intervention, but that's going to be with a dermatologist, not by a skincare brand for this. So once, and you mentioned parents, once the parents are convinced a 3-year-old needs skincare, where does it stop? What are we going to do? Baby Botox? I mean, what are we going to do next? And the
It does
bottom
open
line is
up,
scary.
yeah, it feels like it opens up a can of worms for sure. But let's take the flip side, okay? And
Mhm.
just devil's advocate. If kids are doing it anyway, give them a better option. And does this create healthy habits and routines that hopefully growing up they will lean into? Now, I struggle with that side because it feels forced to me. And if you think about marketing when I was growing up, I mean, the whole reason people shampoo their hair twice is because there were commercials that told us to. It doesn't mean you need to. And I do think we underestimate how insidious these marketing earworms can be, and to putting ideas in our head and to creating habits that are there because a corporation told you so, not necessarily because you needed to do those things that are good for you. Um, Maybe it's my marketing cynicism speaking, but that is just, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Well, we're thinking about bonding moments and healthy habits. You're right. But we're talking about toddlers up to 3 years old. They're still going through potty training. I mean,
Right.
they're still trying to learn that. So if you want to bond with your kid, play with her, read her a book, teach them how to bake, do something else, not skincare. I mean, there's going to be a lot of time for skincare when they're hitting puberty, right? So don't teach them that their skin needs a 15 ingredient or an 8 ingredient intervention before they're potty trained, right? So,
Yeah.
but the point is, I'm going to give an example from my kid. She's 5 years old. How did we start? We start the teeth brushing, the potty training, the teeth brushing, washing your face, combing your hair. We're going step by step. And she's taking the initiative. She's seeing us like, can I comb my hair myself? Can I do this myself? Can I wash myself, my face? Can
Yeah.
I use this? And then I say, no, you can't use this right now. Your skin is too thin for this. And she understands when you explain it to her. There is a time and a place for that. You know how, like, for example, can we put a retinol on a teenager? No.
Right.
What does it do? It hurts them. I can't even put retinol sometimes on my skin. It dries me, you know?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
Yeah, those are really valid points. Now, if you're the brand, you must have tested this, right? I mean, there's no way you could put this product out on the market without some kind of clinical validation. What do you, I mean, you're the scientist.
Well, they said on their website they did the RIPIT test. So RIPIT is shows you the short-term irritation or sensitization on adult panels, adult subjects, let's call it. So that's when the dermatologist comes in, and these tests are done under their you know,
Oversight.
yes, oversight. Sorry about that. and then
Mm.
they approve it. However, it's a completely different testing grounds for kids and babies. That's why it takes too long to release a baby product. So when they do this, I'm like, where's the data? Where's the data? Where's the long-term barrier studies? Where's the pediatric data? Where is it? You know? And
Yeah, that's a
that
little
worries me.
scary.
That worries me. Uh,
Yeah, I would
and
agree
I'm
because
worried
we don't know
as a
long-term
mom.
effects, right? We
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
So, okay, so then if you're still trying to solve the problem, which is your kids want to buy stuff from Sephora as young as, 3, what should they be doing to their skin at that age? Like should they be using any products that are out there, or do they even need that?
No, they don't. I mean, just water, wash their face, and if they're playing outside too long, sunscreen. That's it.
Yeah,
I mean, the time when we start using skincare is pre-puberty if you're having acne problems or, oil if it's getting oily, and puberty, that's when the things change because that's when our hormones starts changing. So that's between 8 and 13 depending on the demographic and where they live, right? So
yeah.
the sebum production increases around 50% nearly, and then you're going to see oiliness and bumps and acne. And then that's when you start introducing a very gentle cleanser, a basic moisturizer when it's needed, and an SPF for sun exposure. Before that, no. Like technically,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this, my baby doesn't need a sheet mask. Her
Oh,
skin
yeah.
is beautiful, and I'm not going to project the society's insecurities on her perfect skin. I'm not gonna do that. That's my personal thinking. And as a scientist, no.
So let's get to the bottom line here. Um, Good, bad, who wins, who loses? Where do you net out with this one? I think it's clear, but just summarize it
Oh,
maybe.
branding wise, she got the best PR ever.
Yeah, she did get a lot of PR.
A lot of
And
PR.
some people say there is no bad PR, right?
Was it Andy Warhol? He said
Yeah,
everybody's gonna be famous for 15
15
minutes.
minutes, but there's
Yeah,
also that saying when you work in the industry that, any PR is good PR.
exactly.
So they're talking
But
about you.
parents, us parents, we always want to do the best for our kids, right? We want to get the best shampoo, we want to get the best dresses. And when something like this comes out, the parent in you say, maybe this will work. She's, her skin is drying and whatnot. But at the long term, parents are gonna get more anxiety. Am I doing the best? Am I doing this? Am I missing here something like we don't have enough anxiety. Kids get nothing because their skin may get compromised. And also on the other end, they may get confused on the self-worth because we're implying them your skin wasn't good enough to start with. You need products. You need
Right?
this. You need that. Where there's no problem to solve with at that point. So, I mean, we're
Well,
selling
I
security at that
I
point.
think you're right. And I think beauty is already an industry that feeds off of insecurity. I mean, that
Yes.
is so much of the beauty industry. And as indie brands, we're constantly trying to reset that and give people products that are actually clean and good for you, and then are not going to dramatically, make you into a different person, but just really enhance your natural beauty. And so it is a little frustrating because it feels like they are trying to capitalize on not just insecurity, but children's insecurity, which is potentially much more harmful in the long run. But I guess time will tell. Maybe we're wrong, and maybe this is going to create a whole generation of like beautiful skin. Um, who knows?
Who knows?
I think we'll finish up with this topic, and this was great, and we're going to start up a new one in a minute. Thanks.